Hi everyone, back to Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with the Rumour Has It video. We're talking about players linked to the football club this coming transfer window. We are definitely in the market for a right winger, right-sided attacker, and boy, the lad we're about to talk about is a quality player. It's a name everyone's been shouting about for months in the fan base, and I'm really excited to hear the links to this player. Some serious competition in the Premier League to sign him, but it looks like he's ready to move on. We're going to get stuck right into this in a minute. Just before we do, a little reminder, as we always say, if you haven't, smash subscribe, come and join us. We'd love you to help us get to 8,000 before the season starts. That's the goal. We're not a million miles away from it. So smash that button. Thanks to everybody who's done it this year. Recommend us to family and friends if you haven't done already. It's all free content. If you want to give a little bit back to the channel, there's an option down there. Pick whichever one suits you best. Right, let's get stuck in then. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about this guy right here, and it's Bryan Mbeumo, who plays for Brentford. Now, and Mbeumo has been a name on the lips of Newcastle fans for months, to be honest with you. That right side has lacked pace, has lacked quality, has lacked just end product, really, certainly with Miggy on this season, 100%. Gordon's good when he gets over there, but a lot of people think Gordon's better from the left, and having Barnes as cover, etc., etc. But Mbeumo is up there to me as one of the best players in that position in the Premier League, certainly when he's at it. That front three that Brentford had, and unfortunately for Brentford, haven't been able to field it a lot this season due to Ivan Toney's ban, is, with Wissa, Toney, and Mbeumo on their day could cause anybody trouble. We've seen them go at the likes of City, Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, us. They are a very, very talented front three, but it looks like now at the age of 24 and after 4 years, Brentford, Mbeumo is apparently reportedly ready to move on. And that's the rumours doing the rounds in the French press, L'Equipe, which is normally someone's agent's mouth off over in France, and they put it into the media. So to try and get clubs out to buy from. So we're in for him apparently, and Liverpool are also in for him. Now, I think his transfer market got him valued at 34 million, but I think the fee's probably going to be closer to 40 or 45. Now, that might sound like a lot of money still, and everyone's got their spreadsheet out, FFP and PSR. God, I hate this modern-day football world where we look at accountancy rather than quality. It pisses me right off. But going back to the player himself, the position that we need to fill and the players that have been linked to us thus far, like Michael Elise, Neto, players like that, they are massive amounts of money. You're talking over 50, 60 million quid for these players. And Mbeumo at 45 million, to me, represents value in this current market. We've released a lot of players already. The club look like the mean business this summer. And this right side is paramount. It's a key position that needs to be sorted. And this lad at 24 years old for 45 million for me is money well spent. We're going to get stuck right into his stats now. But looking at his career, in terms of the Premier League last season, 25 appearances, 9 goals and 6 assists in a Brentford side that finished mid-table. That's quality. You put him in a side with better runners and better quality, put him in a side where Bruno Guimaraes is on the ball in midfield. He can make those runs in behind because he makes such clever runs. He's such a good player. He can play through the middle if he has to as well, but he's got such good attacking prowess. His movement's great, his pace, his strength. He hassles players on the balls a bit like what Gordon does on the other side. So he would fit in perfectly to this Newcastle United lineup. I think he would track back, he would get in people's faces, and he would definitely be an Eddie Howe type of player. And at 24, he's the right age as well. But looking at some of his stats there, you can see his goals and his XG are right up in the high 90s. Goals to shot a little bit further down in the 60s, shots in the 30s, assists he's up in the 79th percentile. So again, Brentford didn't score a lot of goals this season. He was probably a contributor for a large part of them. His XA is a decent level as well. His goal creation chances and shot creation chances are a bit further down, but these stats are misconstrued from last season because Ivan Toney was missing for huge parts of the season. If Ivan Toney had played all season for Brentford, I think most of these stats would be green up in the 80s for Mbeumo because he would have been assisting Ivan Toney. His pass completion is a little bit down there. His key passing is as well also. But again, like I say, missing your main target man, your main goal scorer in your squad is going to damage the stats of the winger. So I wouldn't read too much into that. His touches in the area is still quite good at 71 percentile. Carries in the area at 70. And fouls one up at 70 as well. So he is a very, very good player and a good winger. And I think he fits our bill perfectly. You can see there he gets goals as well as a winger. So in his Brentford time, he's got 194 appearances, 49 goals, 39 assists. That's different class. It really, really is. And even back at Troyes, he got 45 appearances, 12 goals and 3 assists. So the lad knows how to score goals as well. His contract expires in June 2026. So I think 45 million would be a fair price for him. And if you look at the radar grid, it's not even worth comparison, really. And Mbeumo massively casts a shadow over pretty much everything Miggy has done this season. Miggy was brilliant last season, no doubt about that. But at 29, 30 years old, Miggy's race has been run with Newcastle, in my opinion. I think he's getting sold this summer to bring revenue back in for the FFP and the PSR balance. And we could use that money and spend it on someone like Bryan Mbeuno. So for me, I'm all in favour of it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Mbeumo. Would you sign him? I think looking at the fan base, even before the links were there, 100%, I think that they would sign him. The only worry for me, I think, is Liverpool. If Liverpool are wanting to sign Mbeumo, Liverpool is a big club, whether you like them or not. And when they come into the picture, a lot of these players at 24 years old kind of thing probably would have grew up watching Liverpool. And maybe fans of either Liverpool or Manchester United or something like that, because they are huge clubs, whether we like them or not. We want to be there. We want to get to that level, and in this new look Newcastle United, we want players to come and play for us. But maybe Mbeumo would be more interesting coming to Newcastle because game time would be there, and the ability to make that right side his own rather than maybe squad rotating with somebody else. And obviously Liverpool post Klopp as well. It's a very unknown entity. No one's really sure what's going to happen. Is it going to sink? Is it going to swim? So it'll be really interesting to see what happens with Liverpool. But hopefully Newcastle can sell the project to Mbeumo, that we can get him in, because I think fitness and quality, he ticks all the boxes, and price compared to some of the more expensive targets that I don't think we're going to be able to prize away from their clubs. I could see Elise going to Manchester United. So for me, I think it's looking like it's probably between Neto and Mbeumo in terms of Premier League targets. And I think as good as Neto is, injuries concern me, and Mbeumo's a better option. But let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Always like to hear from you. Smash subscribe, come and join us as well if you haven't already. Recommend us to family and friends. Like the video, help the channel grow. We'll be back with some more transfer rumors soon. Have a good one. See you later. Cheers.